never breaking down. Keep it locked inside, don't make a sound. But I've been carrying weight I can't sustain, trading my truth just to hide the pain. No more masks, no more walls. Time to answer when my purpose calls. This is real talk, no filter, no facade. Man enough to face the truth, however hard. Breaking chains that held me back from who I am. Standing in my power with an open hand. Real talk, this is where we start. Man enough to lead with heart. Man enough to lead with heart.
Brother, how many times have you heard it? Man up. Toughen up. Don't be soft. Stop being so sensitive. Real men don't cry. Suck it up. Handle it. Be a man. How many times have you swallowed your pain because showing it would make you look weak? How many times have you pushed through when your body and your mind were screaming at you to stop? How many times have you pretended that you were fine when you were falling apart inside? And how's that working for you? I'm Angela R. Strong, CEO and founder of Calibrated Resilience, and this is Man Enough Real Talk. Today we're talking about something that might save your life, and that's the permission to not be okay. Not permission to give up, not permission to stop being responsible, permission to be human, permission to admit when you're struggling, permission to feel what you're feeling without shame. Because the man up culture that's been drilling into your mind since childhood, that's not making you stronger. It's killing you slowly, silently, and nobody's talking about it until now. Let me tell you about the most dangerous lie you've ever been told. The lie is this: real men don't struggle. Real men don't feel pain. Real men don't need help. Real men just handle it. And if you can't handle it, and if you're struggling, if you need support, then you're not man enough. That lie has killed more men than I can count. And I don't mean that literally at first, but slowly, through isolation, through shame, through the belief that admitting you're not okay means you're failing at being a man. I saw this constantly during my 27 years in the military. Men who were dealing with PTSD but wouldn't seek help because it would go on their record, or it could also affect their security clearances for their jobs, and it would make people look at them differently. Men who were struggling with depression but wouldn't talk about it because they didn't want to seem weak. Men who were thinking about suicide but kept it to themselves because asking for help felt like admitting defeat. And do you know what happened to some of them? They're not here anymore. Not because they were weak, not because they couldn't handle the pressure, but because they believed the lie that real men don't struggle, that asking for help is failure, that not being okay means you're not man enough. The man up culture teaches you that your feelings don't matter, that your pain isn't valid, that your struggles are something to be ashamed of, that if you just tried harder, were stronger, were more disciplined, you wouldn't be feeling this way. And that message is toxic, is dangerous, and it is everywhere. It's in the way that your father told you to stop crying when you were hurt. It's in the way that your coaches push you to play through the pain. It's in the way society tells you that vulnerability is weakness and emotions are feminine. It's in every movie where the hero never breaks down. Every song that glorifies emotional numbness. Every conversation where men compete over who can handle the most stress without showing it. And it's killing you. Because here's what nobody tells you about the man up mentality: it doesn't make you stronger, it makes you isolated. It doesn't build resilience, it builds shame. It doesn't create toughness, it creates emotional numbness that eventually turns into rage, depression, or complete shutdown. You can't just push through everything. You can't just ignore your feelings and expect them to go away. You can't just handle it indefinitely without breaking, because you're human and humans have limits. Humans have feelings. Humans need support. And admitting that doesn't make you weak. It makes you honest. Let's talk about what it costs you to pretend that you're always okay. First, it costs you your mental health. When you constantly suppress your feelings, when you refuse to acknowledge your struggles, when you push through pain without addressing it, your mental health deteriorates. Anxiety, depression, PTSD, and burnout. These aren't signs of weakness. They're signs that you're human and you've been carrying too much for too long without the support that you need. The suicide rate for men is 3 times higher than women. 3 times. And one of the biggest reasons is that men don't ask for help. They don't talk about their struggles. They suffer in silence until they can't see another way out. Second, it costs you your physical health. Let me tell you something. Your body keeps the score. When you ignore your emotional pain, it shows up in your body. It shows up as heart disease, high blood pressure, chronic pain, insomnia, digestive issues. Your body is trying to tell you that something is wrong, but you've been trained to ignore it. Third, it costs you your relationships. When you can't be vulnerable, when you can't share what you're really feeling, when you can't admit when you're struggling, you can't have real intimacy. You can be physically present with people, but emotionally unavailable. You can be in a relationship, but completely alone at the same time. Your partner wants to know you. Your kids want to see you. And your friends definitely want to support you. But they can't reach you because you won't let them in. Because you've been taught that letting people in is weakness. Fourth, it costs you yourself. When you spend your whole life pretending to be okay, you lose touch with who you actually are. You don't know what you feel because you've been suppressing your feelings for so long. You don't know what you need because you've been taught that your needs don't even matter. You don't know who you are outside of the mask that you wear. If I ask you to take a moment and tell me who you are, I bet you can't even do that. And eventually, you wake up one day and you realize that you've been living someone else's definition of what a man should be. You've been performing strength instead of actually being strong. You've been hiding your humanity instead of embracing it. Here's what real strength looks like. Real strength is feeling the pain and not letting it control you. Real strength is admitting when you're struggling and asking for help. Real strength is being vulnerable enough to let people see who you are as you are, not as you think you should be or what you think they think you should be. The strongest men I know are the ones who can cry, the ones that can admit when they're overwhelmed, the ones who can say, I'm not okay right now and I need support. Because it takes more courage to be honest about your struggles than it does to pretend they don't exist. It takes more strength to ask for help than it does to suffer in silence. It takes more bravery to be vulnerable than it does to hide behind this mask of invulnerability. So, what does it actually mean to give yourself permission to not be okay? It means acknowledging what you're feeling without judgment, not, I shouldn't feel this way, not, I'm weak for feeling this way, just, this is what I'm feeling right now. Anxiety, depression, anger, sadness, overwhelm, fear, loneliness, whatever it is valid. These are your feelings. You don't have to justify it. You don't have to explain it away. You don't have to fix it immediately. You just have to acknowledge it. It means understanding that not being okay does not mean that you're broken. It means that you're human. We are all human. It means that you've been through something that's difficult, and it means that you need support. We all need support at times, and all of that is normal. It means asking for help when you need it, not waiting until you're in crisis, not waiting until you can't function. Asking for help when you first notice that you're struggling. Talk to a friend, see a therapist, join a support group, reach out before you're drowning. And I know what you're thinking, but what if people think I'm weak? What if it affects my job? What if people lose respect for me? So what? The truth is, the people who matter won't think less of you. You don't need validation from anybody. They'll respect you more because it takes the courage to be honest about your struggles. And the people who do think less of you, they're not your people. They're not your friends. They're not people you should be in relationships with. Let those people go. They're still trapped in the same toxic man-up culture that's been hurting you. It means taking care of your mental health the same way that you take care of your physical health. You wouldn't ignore a broken leg and just try to walk it off, would you? You wouldn't ignore chest pain and hope it goes away. So why would you ignore depression, anxiety, or emotional pain? Mental health is health. Taking care of it isn't optional. It's something that's essential. You need it. You need to do it. It means setting boundaries around what you can handle. Saying no when you're overwhelmed. Taking breaks when you need them. Prioritize rest, not because you're lazy, but because you're human and humans need recovery time. When you work out and you're in the gym and you're building your muscles, you don't work on the same muscles every day because you have to give that muscle group time to recover. It's the same with your mental health. It means being honest with the people in your life about what you're going through. Not dumping all your problems on them, but letting them know, hey, I'm struggling right now. I need support. Or I'm not okay today. I need some space. Or you can just say, I'm dealing with something heavy. Can we talk? Sometimes you just need to get things out. And here's what might surprise you. When you give yourself permission to not be okay, you give other people permission too. When you're honest about your struggles, you create space for others to be honest about theirs. When you show vulnerability, you show other men that it's possible to be human and still be a man. You become the example, the one who breaks the cycle. Do you know how many people are waiting on someone else to do that? You become the one who shows that there's another way to be strong. Let's take a power pause right now. I want you to take a deep breath with me. In through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Out through your mouth for 4. I want you to do that 2 more times. In through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Out through your mouth for 4. One more time. In through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Out through your mouth for 4. Now, I want you to ask yourself one question. I want you to be honest. Nobody's listening but you. Ask yourself, how am I really doing right now? Not how you think you should be doing, not how you tell people what you're doing, how you're doing. How are you actually doing? And I want you to just sit with that question for a moment and let the truth come up. Whatever answer came up, that's your truth. And your truth is valid. You don't have to fix it right now. You just have to acknowledge it. You have permission to not be okay. My brothers, I need you to hear this. And hear me well when I say this. You're not weak for struggling. You're not failing for not being okay. You're not less of a man for needing support. You're human. And human beings have limits. They have feelings. They need help sometimes. The man up culture that taught you to suppress everything and to push through everything or to handle everything alone, that's not strength. That's survival. And you deserve more than just surviving. You have one life. Here's what I want you to do this week. First, I want you to answer that question honestly that I ask you. How are you really doing? Not for anyone else, just for yourself. Write it down if you need to. Just acknowledge the truth. Second, I want you to tell one person, one trusted person, a friend, could be a family member or a therapist, anybody that you feel comfortable talking to. Tell them the truth about how you're doing, not the performance, the truth. And third, I want you to do one thing to take care of your mental health this week. Schedule a therapy appointment, a coaching session, join a support group, take a mental health day, talk to your doctor. Do something that acknowledges that your mental health matters. You can also email me at Angela@calibratedresilience.com. Angela, Angela, at CALIBRATED SILIENCE.com. Angela@calibratedresilience.com. You can tell me what you're struggling with. Tell me what it would mean to give yourself permission to not be okay. You don't have to have it figured out. You just have to be honest. Remember, asking for help is not weakness, it's wisdom. Admitting that you're struggling is not failure, it's courage. Being vulnerable is not being soft, it's being strong enough to be real. Next week, we're going to talk about the perfect prison when success feels like suffocation. Until then, I want you to remember this. You have permission to not be okay. You have permission to struggle. You have permission to need help. And none of that makes you less of a man. It makes you human. And that's exactly what you're supposed to be. Take care of yourself, my brothers. Your mental health matters. Your struggles are valid. And you deserve support. I'm Angela Armstrong, and this is Man Enough Real Talk.
Learned resilience in the fire and the fight. The real courage shows up in the quiet night. When I choose to feel instead of running away. When I speak my mind and mean what I say. No more silence, no more shame. Time to step into a different game. Real talk, no filter, no facade. Man enough to face the truth, however hard. Breaking chains to help me back from who I am. Standing in my power with an open hand. Real talk, this is where we start. Man enough to lead with heart. Man enough to lead with heart. Stop, breathe, choose. The power's mine. Calibrated strength one day at a time. From chaos to clarity, I'm finding my way. This is my resilience, this is my day. This is real talk, raw and unafraid. Man enough to grow through every choice I've made right. Rising from the struggle into who I'm meant to be. Owning every scar, owning every star that set me free. Real talk, this is my heart. Man enough to lead with heart. Man enough, real talk.